Benya, how's it going? I'm John, and this is Sweep. And welcome to the John and Sweep Show. You alright? You alright? You alright? I'm alright, we're all alright. Oh, good. It's nice to know, folks, I'm a bit alright. You know, I actually see folks going out and moving around a bit in the middle of the week, which is makes a change, because I basically nobody for ages. Anyhow, right, now, how I'm going to start this show is, right, folks have been asking me about who does the voices for Wayne and Johnny. Well, I does them, right? Now, it's a bit of a trade secret, but I actually have to use a bit of digital magic. But I'm going to prove to you that I does the voices. So, this is Wayne.
Benya, how's it going? I'm Wayne, I am. You alright out there?
And this is Johnny.
Benya, I'm Johnny Womble. You alright?
See? Silly, eh? It's bit of magic for you. Anyway, look at this. I actually wrote a script, right? Now, this might be a bit longer show than expected, so, you know, settle in. But, you know, it's got a lot of jokes in, a lot of laughs, I think. Anyway, I'll start off with the jokes. I've been teaching me dog to fetch tools from the shed. He's not perfect, but he knows the drill. Do you know the drill? Well, this is me dog, eh? Right, oh God, I was reminded of folks has been talking about the Black Country and the old Black Country stories and the sad things you used to do. And one of the things was, because when you worked in a factory years ago and you got some young kid starting, you always used to pull his leg and pull some prank on him. And I bet there's a load of you out there that did this, or had it done to you anyhow. And what was it? They used to go to the young kid. He goes, "Here, pop down the machine shop, will you?" And he says, "Get us a glass armour, a left-handed screwdriver," you know. Or the classic, "Go and get us a long weight." So the young kid would go down to the machine shop and he say, "Can I have a long weight?" And the bloke, of course, he's in on it. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "He's stunned over there." And he lets him stand there for about 10 minutes. He says, "Well, you've had a long enough wait. You can go back to work now." Did you do that on somebody, or did you have it done on you? Come on, you can drop that in the comments. I better few you out there that pull that one at you. Right, what was it? Oh God, the boil in the tin steak kidney pudding. Now this come along the other day. When I was talking about Pensnet, I used to have some friends over in Blewett Street, the Gennards. I'm going back into the 80s now. Yeah. I was only a young kid at the time, yeah. And the bloke I knew, Albert, he was saying, he was sitting in the living room the one day, and so all of a sudden he hears this row outside. He goes outside. He says there was one of his neighbours was standing in the street, and he was yelling his head off. He goes, "Mark, missus is the worst cook in the entire bleeding world. I don't know what I was doing." He goes, "Coming in my kitchen," he goes, "there's a steak and kidney pudding hanging out the ceiling." And he says he was literally bringing folks in and, you know, shaming his wife like that. Well, they used to in them days, you know. Because with them steak and kidney puddings, the boil in the tin ones, you had to stick a hole in them. Otherwise they would explode, and that's exactly what had happened, you see. It's like this bloke, he goes down into the hospital one day and he got blood gushing out of his head and he got 3rd-degree burns on his feet. And the doctor says, "What happened?" He says, "I was cooking one of them boiling the tin steak and kidney puddings." He goes, "Oh, how did you get injured like that?" He says, "I just followed the instructions. It says pierce here and stand in boiling water for 20 minutes. You like that one, did you? I seen a post earlier on Facebook, and I thought this was very true. You know, he says, when we was kids back in the day, he goes, we used to drink lager and cider, and we always used to run away when the police come. You know, he says, but the kids today, it's completely the opposite. They drink mineral water and they call the police. I mean, the world's just upside down, you know, you don't know where you're at. You know, I mean, he said like the good old days, and I was just remembering, he says, the good old days when we used to have a chopper bike. Did you ever have a chopper bike? You know, when you was a kid, everybody wanted one of them. You know, that would be what, back in the 70s, I think that was. Oh, I remember the first time somebody put me on one. I was only a little tiny kid, and I wanted one. I really wanted one. But it was years later before I got one. They were so expensive at the time. And was it the rally bikes? My sisters used to have a rally putch, and I had a grifter. Did you have a grifter? That was the bike every kid wanted in the 1980s. Yeah. I remember having it for Christmas. Yeah. I'm excited for Christmas. I thought you might be. You know, it is that time of year. So remember, you know, if you go your Christmas shopping, you know, I'm getting some free advertising here. So if you want, just remember, support your local business, especially ours. So if you want some cut glass, you want a lovely glass, you know, for your mate, you know, with an engraving on. We'll engrave inscriptions, pictures, logos, whatever. Funny expressions if you want. I'll even get Sweet to sign it for you if you want. So just remember, come along to our shop and support your local businesses, because that's important, right? And use cash. That's even more important. That's a message I'm going to give out for the Christmas. Use cash. Because if you don't use it, they will take it away. They will. And you'll have a cashless society, and we'll be screwed then, totally and utterly. So, I'm warning you now. Keep using cash, and as much as you can. Right, anyway. What? You're hungry. You want your apple? Here. You're still hungry? Here. How about it? You want a chestnut? Yeah, it is a big one, isn't it? You know, I've got big nuts, I have. Better? You're a bit dry. How about an orange? An orange. What? You want something sweet? Well, I think you've had everything else. The only thing I've got left... Oh, well, hang on, I've got a Twix here. I'll take the wrapper off it. I'll split it with you. You've had it all? We were supposed to share that. Oh, God. You can't work with him. He's well, I don't know. I think we're just going to have to go to the Wayne slot. I mean, Wayne's going to teach you about picking up women, so take it away, Wayne.
Binya, how's it doing, me cockers? The Wainsters here. You alright? I'm alright. Well, I've been talking to a few of me mates recently, and it seems that for some reason at this time of the year, well, right now in your road, there's so many people being single, right? I reckon that 40% of the adults now are single. So, I thought I'm going to do something about it, you know, being the babe magnet that I am. I'm going to show you a lot out there the magic in how to pick up birds, right? Now, I've made a couple of videos. Now, this is going to be how to pick up a posh bird, right? I'm going to be using my posh accent for this one. You know, this is if I'm picking up a posh bird, say over in Starbridge or King Swinford or Sutton Coldfields, well, there's some posh birds over there. You know, so here's the first video, how to pick up a posh bird, right? Good evening, madam. How are you? Would you care to join me in a glass of champagne?
No, I don't think so.
Well, would you like to go for a ride in my new sports car, or
No, I don't think so, no, well...
would you like to have a little ride in my new Range Rover Discovery?
No, I don't think so.
So, how would you like to pop over to the continent and, stay on my yacht for a week?
Well, maybe I'll just have one little drink.
Oh, well, that's smashing, old girl, smashing. Well, let's go then. Come along. Now then. Them posh birds, I'm telling you now, they're nothing but trouble, and they're so hard to pick up. Look at the effort you has to put in. You has to use the posh accent and all them bloody lawyers just to get us to have a drink with you. Now, I'm going to show you that picking up a black country wench is a lot easier than that, right? Now, this is how to pick up a black country wench, especially over in Tipton or Albury or Wednesbury or somewhere like that, right? Now, pay attention, right? Benya, how's it going? Do you fancy a pint of bitter, a pickled egg and a shag on the car park?
Well, I'm a smooth talker, eh? Come on then, let's go.
Now, did you see how easy that was? No missing about these posh birds that see you later, Wolfie. Get yourself a black country wench. Right, I hope that was educational for you. I hope you enjoyed that. So, if you want any tips on picking up women, just ask the Wainster here, because I'm brilliant at his AI. Any road. See ya.
And we're back. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that about picking up women? A mate of mine come to me the other day. He goes, he says, I'm going out on the pull. He goes, yeah, well, be me wingman. I says, you wingman? He says, oh. He says, do you know how to pick, can you pick women up? I said, oh, blimey. I says, I'm 6 foot, I says, look at that. So I got muscle, I'm healthy. Blimey, I can pick women up over me head. I go, no. He's talking him into going out with me. I've got the problem with, Oh, you like that? Yeah, I made that up the other day. I thought that was a good one. Well, you can drop it in the comments. Tell me if you thought it was good or not. If you don't laugh, keep it to yourself, I'm only kidding, right? Anyway, right, we got some new fans. As a matter of fact, we got one special new fan. It actually sent me a voice message telling me how much I love the show, right? So, I hope I'm saying this right. It's Ria Allport, right? It's from Cayford, and they're a posh, I can tell you that. So, how am you, beauty? You all right, am you? Right, I'd like to thank you, this is, for all the nice things you said about the show, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. So, right, now I'm going to say a few thanks to many fans there. Who we got here? Right, ooh. What the hell? See, I've wrote this down. I can't remember. I can't read what I've been writing here. Right, oh, okay, we are. Right. I'd like to say hello to Sarah Jane, who's up in Ulverston, my mate up in Ulverston, and Rachel Murphy. I ain't seen her in about 3 years, seen her recently. You alright, Rachel? Right, I'd like to say hello to Sharon and Amber and all the girls from Float Pilates. I've been you, me wenches. Right, who else we got here? Right, I'd like to say hello to Lorna. Hello, Lorna, how's it going? Oh, now that's going to embarrass the hell out of her. I'm surprised they're still speaking to me. I'm only kidding. There's a Boston wench. Hello to my sister Dawn. Hello, Dawn. How's it going? I was in India. I sent me a picture the other day, sat on the beach in a bikini and we're freezing our arses off over here, I don't know. Right, hello to Jennifer Payne. Hello to Emma and her 2 kids from Cayford, right. Hello to Jen and Amy. Ben you me wenches. Thanks for the jokes. It sends me loads of jokes, it does, right. Hello to Carol Singer, Anne-Marie, and Cynthia Radcliffe from the Starbridge Spiritualist Church. Ben you me wenches. I'd just been over to the Starbridge Spiritualist Church. They do healing on a Thursday, and I was talking to a woman in there, and it told me a couple of jokes. I was wetting myself, and he say very often you see a woman who can remember jokes, but I was reeling them off. We got told off for being too noisy in there. I'm actually going to tell you these jokes at the end. I thought that was really good. Hello to Darren Maiden, Daz Field, Johnny Beach, wah, Andy and Joe over in Tipton, me Auntie Anne, how been you? We got Mary, Brent and Tracy Turner in America. And I'd like to say hello to Wendy in Australia. Right, so that is Australia now, is it? G'day, Sheila. How's it hanging? Right? You know what? Over in Australia, they're drinking that new cider, innit? That Mr. Dickens made. What is it called? Dickens cider. So, Wendy, I've got to ask you, do you like a dick insider? Alright, well, enough with the accents, right? I think we're going to go over to Johnny, because I think he's got a few words to say, so take it away, Johnny.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wednesbury coming away. How's it going, Johnny? Johnny Womble here. How's it going? You alright? Well, I can see that Christmas is on its way, ain't it? You know how I know that? Don't you? Well, I'll tell you. The shoplifting in Wednesbury's up about 400%, and every time that happens, you know, it's Christmas. And they always like to do their Christmas thieving early in Wednesbury, you know, so I'd suggest if you goes over there to keep your hands on your wallet. Anyhow, the last time I was here, I was telling you about the pie factory war, right? And I was talking to an old fella about pub fights and things. And he was telling me, when he was a kid, right, he says he used to live on the Lost City in Tipton. And this was back in the 50s, this was. You know, when kids, they had nothing else to do. So he says the only entertainment we had was going to the pictures, but we couldn't afford it. He says, so on a Saturday night, he goes, the best entertainment, he goes, we used to go down to the local pub and sit on the wall, right? And around it all would be about 10 o'clock. A fight would break out, you know. So they'd send for the police, and the police would show up, right? And they were all going to go into the pub, you know. Not when you got a bunch of pissed blokes in there. Most of them are like coal miners and blacksmiths and so forth, you know, chain makers. You know, blokes and built like brick shit houses, knocking 7 bells out of each other. You don't want to go into a pub like that. And the kid says, right, they used to sit on the wall, and the coppers, what they used to do, they used to open up the back door, and they used to send in 6 police dogs into the pub. And he says, it all before long, he goes, the drunks and had soon open the front door and come running out, and the coppers would be there waiting for them. He says, it was the best entertainment we had as kids, you know. And it was free, you know, it was the good old days. You don't get stuff like that now. Well, anyhow, I'm going to be going along, so just remember, yammy yam yam, remember yammy yam yam, remember what a yam yam. See you there, kids.
And we're back. Right, so I hope you enjoyed Johnny's little skit. Oh, I'm a bit dry, I am. Oh, that's refreshing. Got a nice cut glass there. Yeah, wants a cut glass, nice cut glass. If you ain't got one, get one. Come to me. If you've never actually drunk out of a cut glass, you've never lived, because everything, I'm telling you now, and you ask any of the old folks out there, everything tastes better out of a cut glass. Honestly, if you've never drunk out of a cut glass, everything does taste better. Anyway, I've got some jokes. Thanks, Jennifer. Right, I wanted to teach me dog how to be a blacksmith, because he's just made a bolt for the door. This wife goes to her husband and says, can I have 300 quid for a new sat-nav? He just told her to get lost. There's this woman who hired an handyman to come and do some jobs, and he gives him a list of the jobs. And, you know, when he's finished, he looks at the list and notices he's only done job 1, 3 and 5. He goes, how come you ain't done job 2 and 4? He says, well, according to them, he says, I'm an odd job man. Right, now, these last 2 jokes, believe it or not, this woman at the Spiritualist Church just sat down next to me. There was just all cracking jokes in there. And it told me these, right. It told me this one very quietly. It said, I can't speak up. It's mind you, the Spiritualist Church. They don't really care. I mean, you can go in there and you can take your dog in there if you want. Yeah, I might take sweeping sometime. You know, it's you take like a church, very open-minded sort of place. Anyway, I was telling me this, and this is this bloke's in the pub, and he goes rushing into the toilet, right? Unzips his trousers and pulls out a 12-inch cock, and he goes, just made it. There's a bloke standing next to him, looks down, he goes, blimey, he says, can you make me one that looks like that? Right, the last one was, he goes, this bloke goes for a job on a building site, and he goes on the first day, and he's in the boss's office, and the boss says, hang on, he says, I'll get Donkey to take you down onto the site and show you what to do. He goes, oh, all right then. So this bloke shows up, and they're walking down to the site, and he goes to this guy, he goes, how come the boss calls you Donkey? And he says, he always calls me that. You like that? Anyway, well, I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the show. So a like and share, and I'm sure we'll be doing another show soon. So anyway, been you, Wayne?
Ta-ra.
So, ta-ra.
Ta-ra,
Ta-ra. Ta-ra. Ta-ra.